32-year-old Preston Smith might still have a chance in the league. He was most formerly a Steeler, and he was a Packer as well after leaving the Redskins to go to the Packers. He actually was a Redskin for many years. He was a Redskin from 2015 to 2018, and he had some very good seasons. Preston Smith was a great player. He's bounced around the league. He is now kind of the guy that you're going to see in free agency a lot of years, and the Commanders have now worked out linebacker Preston Smith. So I think this is a very good workout. I think we could use some help on the edge, and I think, I personally would have gone after Jadeveon Clowney, but the Cowboys got there first. I would have checked in on Zadarius Smith, but the Eagles signed him. So, you just let your division rivals get to them first. So your next best option, and Matthew Judon's with another team, might be the Dolphins. Fact check me on that. But our next best option for a free agent pass rusher is Preston Smith. So we're going to talk about him, what he offers to the Commanders. Before we do that, make sure you smash the like button on the video. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're trying to, on the road to 3,000 subscribers, trying to get there. Also, hit the hype button on the video. I don't know what it does, but it seems like it helps it out. Preston Smith in 2015 joined the Redskins. He had 8 sacks. 2016, 4.5 sacks. 2017, 8 sacks. 2018, 4 sacks. 2019, 12 sacks. His first year with the Green Bay Packers. What I'm not trying to say Preston Smith at 32 years old is going to be really good, but he brings some value to our football team if we can add him. We lost Dietrich Wise. I mean, how are you going to replace Dietrich Wise? Strength and speed and the ability that he does. He sets the edge really well. The ability that he has is really good. We lost him for the year. So how are you going to replace that? And I think that's something Dan Quinn's trying to find out. Anyways, 2020, Preston Smith had 4 sacks. 2021, 9 sacks. 22, 8.5 sacks. 23, 8 sacks. 24, 2.5 sacks. 24 with the Steelers. He had 2 sacks, but he joined the Steelers late in the season. So 2 sacks. He's a really good player still. I think he's a dog still. Am I saying he's anything close to a premier pass rusher? No, but we would have Von Miller, we would have Preston Smith. That'd be a pretty good lineup of guys. And honestly, I think that he can still bring value. Again, he had 4.5 sacks last year. He's a bigger guy out on the field. And again, he is old, but I think he brings some value. And I think actually he could be a good addition to the Commanders' defense. He is you're going to see him as a linebacker. But the Commanders hosted him today. They worked him out today. And so does this mean they want to sign Preston Smith? I don't know if we can go that far, but I would love for the Commanders to at least, sign Preston Smith, see what happens, because I believe we have a few roster spots open. I think there's a few roster spots open now that, Eckler's done for the year, Wise is done for the year. We may have Daniels out this week, which would open up a roster spot for 1 week. And so we just have to figure that out. But I think the Commanders might be attacking pass rusher Preston Smith. Along with working out Preston Smith, the Commanders, and we see this a lot, when the Commanders and Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, they work out someone, they tend to bring in a lot of other guys too. They also tried out 4 players, guard Nick Brauker, I don't know how to say that, Tyler Cooper. They signed Tyler Cooper to the practice squad, actually. We'll go over that move later. And L. Smith, I'll say it's like Lecketis Smith, maybe. L. Smith, correct me in the comments if I'm saying that wrong. And then Preston Smith, that's who they worked out on top of that. So those are some of the moves that they made today. And they typically sign the best guy. They probably bring in like about 4 or 5 guys. Normally they sign the best guy. So that's what they're probably going to do here. And again, we have some roster spots now open because of players being injured. So I actually am in favor of signing one of these guys. Again, I would sign Preston Smith. Also, defensive end Quentin Jefferson visited the Commanders today. So Quentin Jefferson visited the Commanders due to the per the NFL transaction wire. He did visit the Commanders today. The Commanders did sign, again, I went over this. They signed guard Tyler Cooper. Okay, wide receiver Tay Martin also. So Tay Martin, we're familiar with that name. He was here in the summer on the practice squad, or not in the practice squad, on the 90-man roster, and we saw what he could do. He was a pretty good player. So I'm all in favor for this Tay Martin move. Glad they brought him back. And we see this a lot. They bring guys back that they like because they showed interest in Tay Martin. And then again, guard Tyler Cooper. I don't know what that does for you. Depth on the practice squad. So we'll see if he can turn into anything. But let's look up Quentin Jefferson real quick because he's not a bad player. He's 32 years old, so Commanders are going after old players for some reason right now. He had 2 sacks last year. Let's take a look at his career. Came into the league at 2016. His highest sack season is 6 sacks with the New York Jets. He's bounced on a lot of teams, and again, just looking at his resume, I'd much rather have Preston Smith. So, not sure what they're trying to do. I guess they just want an edge rusher or a pass rusher and a guy that can set the edge. And so I think both of them can do that okay. But those are the guys that have tried out for the Commanders today. Again, I think I want them to sign Preston Smith, and I think they should bring in Preston Smith of all these guys. Now, with that said, if Preston Smith did not have a good workout, then you just don't bring him in, right? And you've lost all your options. You signed Von Miller, but I think people, they didn't know what Von Miller was going to be at the start of this. They didn't understand Von Miller's role in the team. And Von Miller's just a third down, in passing situation. You just tell him to go out there and get after the quarterback. So, with Wise out, people just didn't understand the role of Von Miller. And some people are trying to tell you that, he wasn't going to be anything major. He's just, throw him out there, mostly third downs, and let him get after the quarterback. That's what he was going to ultimately be. That's what he is, and people are not satisfied with that. Certainly with losing Wise, I think that does make you need a pass rusher, so I love the Commanders to go out there and sign Preston Smith. Again, I think that's the best option. If you want the best option, if you feel like it's you're in need of a pass rusher, then do it, right? I don't think it hurts anything, and you can just see what he's got because he did have 2 sacks with the Steelers last year, and the Steelers brought Preston Smith in. He had 2 sacks last year, so they brought him in mid-season. Okay, so Preston Smith may be back, but they did work him out today, so I wanted to talk about that. That's all I got for right now, though. Again, I'm all in favor of bringing Preston Smith in. We'll see what ends up happening with this move. Commanders, just to give you the full list of guys that the Commanders tried out today. Guard Nick Broker. Guard Tyler Cooper, they signed him. Guard L. Smith, they did not sign him. Or Nick B. I'll call him Nick B. They did not sign him. Tyler Cooper is the only guard they signed. Preston Smith, have not signed him yet. I think it would be an indicator that they're probably not going to sign him, but maybe they're making the decision. Preston Smith, they worked him out, and Quentin Jefferson, they worked him out. Out of those two, I'd want Preston Smith. So, that's all I got for right now. Just giving you the update there on Preston Smith. The Commanders have decided to bring him in. I feel like they need a pass rusher. So, that's going to do it for me right now. Head to the Washington Commanders. As always, you guys have a great rest of your night, and good night.